Welcome again, fans, to NBL Canada this week. I'm Aaron Sanders, your host, as we will take a good look at this past week here in the National Basketball League of Canada. On today's schedule, we have 3 games on hand, along with a brief tribute to Kobe Bryant, some memories and thoughts shared from the NBLC universe. We also have NBLC cuts and the NBL players of the week. So let's get things started. Going on to February 7th, the Halifax Hurricanes right in the middle of their Ontario trip as they went toe-to-toe against the Sudbury 5. And to see what happened on that game, let's take you over to the Sudbury Community Arena for a quick review.
Welcome back inside the Sudbury Community Arena, and if you were expecting some fireworks like the last time the Halifax Hurricanes and the Sudbury 5 came together, well, you didn't exactly get it. 299 points, they didn't reach that combined, but it was a very competitive and close game. The Sudbury 5 defeated the Halifax Hurricanes 113-107. It was a close game for the entirety, and the Sudbury 5, they needed this. It was a bounce-back win after a struggle in the second half against the Windsor Express on Thursday night. The Halifax Hurricanes, they were traveling into Ontario and just could not get on those runs that would get them back into the game. Brady Skeens had his best game in the Sudbury 5 uniform. This guy, he's an old soul. He's fresh out of university, same college, same town as head coach Logan Stutz, and he came out with 23 points and 18 rebounds, just a monster game. Marlon Johnson, another double-double. He's been a double-double machine on the season, and so the Sudbury 5 are able to close this one out. They're off a little bit. They don't play until next week on the road, so they get a little bit of a breather. The Sudbury 5, though, moving to 8-6 on the season. The Halifax Hurricanes, they fall to 4-10 on the season. That's it for Nick Liard here at the Sudbury Community Arena. Till next time, 5 fans.
On February 9th, Budweiser Gardens was the place as the Hurricanes played against the London Lightning. A very good game, but it was a very strong second half from the London Lightning that helped them prevail and remain undefeated at home. And here we go with another recap of the Halifax and Lightning game. Here it is.
The Hurricanes dropped to 4-11 on the season. It's the 12th win, though, for the Lightning as we send it down to the court with Greg Bowman.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'm joined by Mo Bolden, 27 points for you here this afternoon. And a bit of fans behind us here as well. That fourth quarter in particular, you outscored them 34-18, and it didn't seem like you had much going on there. What changed in the final 12 minutes that helped you pull out this win?
Man, this team is tough. You know, we practice hard. We practice for the tough competition. We practice for the tough times. We practice for the adversity. We always climbing up a mountain, so we're used to that conditioning, and it was all a team effort tonight.
I mean, a lot of people had to step up here today. Randy came with a big performance off the bench. Marvin Binney stepping into the starting lineup here as well. What does that say about the versatility of your team to be able to perform, especially when 3 of your primary ball carriers are out of the lineup?
I mean, everybody's just selfless. You know, everybody's ready. You never know who night is going to be. It's always team night for us. It's not we don't have a superstar or anything like that. We just go out there and we do our part. You know, we try to give it 100% every time.
Where do you think this win ranks among all the wins so far this season as far as importance and energizing the team?
Most definitely was a big win, but every win is a big win for us. But just to show our teammates we got their back when they're injured or they're down or sick or whatever it is. And it just shows the work that Coach have us putting in practice. You know, so this win was most definitely a big win for sure.
Mo Bolden, your Lightning player of the game, will send things back up to the Johns.
Thank you very much, Greg Bowman. Bolden and Capers getting the job done. The 2 veterans for Doug Plum on an otherwise empty bench. Officially 5 guys out of the lineup, including 3 key stars, in my opinion, Garrett Williamson, Xavier Moon, and Omar Strong. With that being said, though, John, how good does that predict the future for the Lightning that they're able to pull out a 15-point victory with 3 major factors out of their lineup?
Well, I think Mo Bolden talked about it at his interview there. Like, we're always fighting against adversity. So, yeah, they're the number 1 team in the league. Yeah, they're the most efficient team in the league. Yeah, they got one of the best defenses in the league. Yeah, they have the most assists of every team in the league. But all of it's been through adversity. They've had so many injuries this year. So many players have had to step up. And like tonight, he said, other guys stepped up. What I liked was he stepped up. He is a leader on that team. He's a veteran. We've seen that time and again this year. When Williamson especially is out, he is the next one in line taking the leadership.
This sounds like a quirky question, John, but is a full, healthy London Lightning roster going to be a problem for Doug Plum, knowing that he's had to micromanage so many different players at so many different times in different lineups practically every other night?
What a blessing to have. Come on. Like, I'm going to complain as a coach. I got too many good players. I don't think so. And based on what I see, he could probably pick up the pace of play and run teams off the court because he's got 5 guys on, 5 guys on if he wants to.
It will be the London Lightning pulling away with a 15-point victory over the Halifax Hurricanes in just their second of 3 encounters this entire 2019-2020 season. Without the likes of Xavier Moon, Omar Strong, and Garrett Williamson, the Lightning do it yet again and stay undefeated here at Budweiser Garden.
Also on the 9th, had the Windsor Express travel to Charlottetown to play against the Island Storm, where the Island Storm prevailed 136-97, and what was a very good game from Alex Campbell. And for more on that, let's go over to the East League Center. Peter Rutgazer.
How you doing, everybody? Peter Rutgazer giving you some post-game now. A big win for the Island Storm here. 136-97 victory over the Windsor Express. They snapped their 8-game losing skid. A phenomenal afternoon right from the beginning for this team, and the numbers are very impressive. This team shooting 55.9% from the field from 3, 63.6%. They had 48 dimes in this game, and leading the way, the backcourt duo of Alex Campbell and Jonathan Lloyd. Alex Campbell, 36 points, 5 rebounds, 6 dimes. Jonathan Lloyd, simply amazing in this one. 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 14 dimes on the afternoon. For Windsor in a losing cause, it was Derek Nix, the former Michigan State player. He had 16 points and 9 rebounds. So the Storm win it, 136-97. Next outing for them next Monday when they take on the Moncton Magic. As for Windsor, they travel to Moncton for a Monday night tilt against the defending NBLC champions.
And now it's time for the NBL Players of the Week. The Player of the Week is AJ Gaines of the London Lightning. With 2 victories for the Bolts this past week, AJ averaged a double-double, 27.5 points and 10.5 rebounds per game. And in addition to that, he averaged 54% from the field. But then again, you would expect big numbers like that for somebody that knows a thing or two about attacking the basket. You better look out. The Canadian Player of the Week is Alex Campbell of the Island Storm. Fresh off an injury, Alex averaged 32.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. And with that, it was able to help the Island Storm snap an 8-game losing streak.
The world of sports is still at a loss from the death of Kobe Bryant. And there are a lot of people and a lot of players that were inspired by Kobe Bryant's actions on the court and off the court, as he was a loving father, mentor, and everything else. And now we take a quick look back at some of the players who have gathered together to pay their respects to Kobe Bryant with their memories and moments.
Kobe Bryant's one of the few people in my generation that have actually inspired the world through basketball, through his name and through the brand. So losing Kobe was obviously a big hit to the basketball world and just to the world in general to lose an icon like that. But he'll be remembered. My kids will know his name. My grandkids will know his name, and he'll always be remembered.
Hey guys, my name is Akeem Ellis. Just here to give you my little insight on Kobe. Rest in peace to him. Many blessings to his family and other people that was on the plane. Kobe was a big inspiration to all of us, I feel, especially people who outside of basketball. He gave a lot of insight on his mentality and what he put into his craft and what he put into his work, and that's what I use for my game. You know what I'm saying? Kobe's not my favorite player. His game never really resembled mine, but I loved his mentality and his work ethic towards the game. So that's what I brought to the game every day, especially when I went to practice, when I got in my own extra work. I just always wanted to, make sure I had that Mamba mentality. So rest in peace again to his family and many blessings.
First, I would like to say rest in peace to Kobe and Gigi and the rest of the people that were involved in the helicopter crash. Me personally, I was a big fan of Kobe Bryant, and the Kobe Muse documentary was the sole reason why I continued to play this game after I tore my Achilles myself. So rest up, man.
To me, Kobe meant a lot of things. He was a fierce competitor. He was a father. He was a husband. He was a man that had made some decisions, made mistakes in his life, and he responded to those mistakes as positive as he could. And he was a winner and maximizing the opportunity. So, to be honest, I kind of idolized Kobe because he was like the second coming of Michael Jordan, and I really looked up to Jordan as far as competitiveness. And so, just trying to be the best basketball player I could be, I looked up to Kobe a lot. So I just want to say that he meant a lot to me as a basketball player. And later in his retirement, I was really watching him as a father because he now can invest that time in his family as much as he did in basketball. So condolences to his family, and he's going to be missed greatly.
The thing I love most about Kobe was his leadership. Just to have that bad guy mentality, to come in the gym, hold everybody responsible, and everybody knew they had to put in their work because he put in his work, beating everybody to the gym, being the last one in the gym, playing through injuries. So Kobe, just him following Mike and then him making his own type of stamp with the Mamba mentality was the greatest thing probably one of the greatest things that happened to basketball. And just rest in peace to everybody, and Kobe will live forever.
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. He meant everything to me. He meant dedication, determination, everything I believe in now. He's the reason why I play with passion. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Gigi.
Big plays from big players. It's time once again for NBLC cuts. Let's see who made the cut this time around. Let's go.
Lots of guys to watch on NBLC Live.
Okay, what are the highlights? What about our favorite players? What about our favorite team? This little interesting feature we call NBLC cuts.
We'll see if Windsor can continue that Sam Mojo cutting to the cup.
Back up with a fresh shot clock. A little bit of a crossover. Capers to Phillips. Attack.
Drive. Stripped away by Campbell. Taking it back. Campbell again. And the toss up and the throw down by Robbie Robinson. And that gets everybody on the bench of the Island Storm up and off their feet. Wow. Take a look at this. Jonathan Lloyd has been able to...
Sudbury 5 lost it last night. 47 points they gave up in that third quarter. Brady Skeens cleaning it up.
Comes through, penetrates, good pass for Denzel Taylor.
Capers thought about taking three, passes a punt in for a two, loses Scott, and goes with the two-man cram.
Just got his pocket picked. Allman with the alley-oop. Big play there from Corey Allman. Bounce pass inside for Allison. Oh, that's a sweet dime.
See if they go back to that formula for the match.
Harrington Ward in for Ashlew. Ashlew got his defender up in the air. Olu Ashlew spins around and throws it down. Nowhere. Oh, nice drive to the hoop. Long lead pass for Nathaniel Wright, and he gets the jam.
Bit of a weird sequence there. Speaking of, there we go. Wow. Great look by Cliff Kingsdales to Antoine Mason.
On that shot.
Yeah, again, they're going to get him in transition because of it.
Transition indeed. Wayne McCullough comes through, and Coach Stephen Marcus.
Coach Kendrick will have a decision to make.
Between the legs. Oh my goodness.
Lloyd.
Nice play there.
Hard to take somebody off when you...
Nowhere near the rim.
Alex Johnson, a friendly
Catch and
roll.
shoot for Cadogan. Cadogan's going to come up short there. Watson was tied up, but Brandon comes in. Swatted away by Lewis.
Thank you again, fans, for watching NBL Canada this week. Before I go, though, be sure to subscribe to NBLC Live today to catch all the latest games. And you heard me earlier this week that there are 6 players that are close to hitting 2,000 points. So what better way to watch the action, see who will score their 2,000 points, than to subscribe to NBLC Live right now. And be sure to tune in to Around the NBLCs, the National Basketball League of Canada's official podcast, hosted by Scott Squires. And this week, it's a doozy. He invited over Carl English, who will be having his jersey retired by the St. John's Edge later on into the season. Hear him talk about his career and everything else on the next episode of Around the NBLC, which is out now. Other than that, I will see you again next week. This will be Aaron Sanders for NBLC Live this week. So long for now.